You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Nassau County is proposing $10 million more in overtime cost spending for police in 2026. County Executive Bruce Blakeman's spending plan would bring the total budget for police overtime up to $60 million. Now, in a few moments, we'll have more on how that overtime money is spent. And an activist from Long Island has been freed from an Israeli prison and expected to come home tomorrow. 39-year-old Eric Lane was part of a group that was captured on a ship headed to Gaza. The ship was carrying medicine and food to those in need. The Bohemian man is expected to land at JFK Airport tomorrow night. And first in Newsday, the town of Oyster Bay voted to change a zoning law that was used to block the expansion of a Bethpage mosque. The vote changes the formula used to determine how many parking spaces are needed at not only religious institutions, but also other buildings like theaters, libraries, and museums. An ongoing lawsuit claims the town's parking requirement violates religious land use laws. And first in Newsday, Long Island Cares is getting a new CEO. Catherine Fritz will take over for current president and CEO Paul Pachter, who's been running the organization for 17 years. Fritz has been serving as vice president of the nonprofit, and officials say the organization serves 16 million pounds of food each year to more than 300,000 Long Islanders. And one Long Island hospital is tops in the state for pediatric care. U.S. News and World Report has named Cohen Children's Medical Center among the top 50 in the nation. It was tied with New York Presbyterian Children's Hospital, Columbia, and Cornell for the state's top ranking. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. It was a gorgeous day today, nice and chilly in the morning, but it warmed up in the afternoon. It's still a gorgeous night, but tomorrow we do have some showers to deal with and then clouds rolling in the evening time. Temps will be mild, around 60s, high 60s. Of course, we'll have that 7-day forecast for you later in the broadcast. The government shutdown could have an impact on Long Island home sales. Virginia Huey has more on this story.
FHA and VA loans are really backlogged right now. They're almost frozen.
Brian Karp of Coldwell Banker American Homes in Smithtown says some federal activities tied to loan approvals could be affected by the government shutdown.
VA loans, there's VA appraisers that do the appraisal. Those appraisers are now even less than what they were prior to that.
Buyers also face a challenge if they're buying in areas of Long Island where mortgage lenders require they have flood insurance. Funding for the National Flood Insurance Program expires September 30th.
If you need a flood insurance policy, you can't get one right now. And if your flood insurance policy expires during the shutdown, you also can't get it renewed. So there's some concern that if this stretches on, how will people be able to ensure that their home is protected from floods?
The situation has created uncertainty for both buyers and sellers.
They're just a little skittish because no one knows what's really going on right now with it.
Karp says the shutdown is already making some sellers hesitant about accepting an offer from a buyer using a government-backed mortgage.
There's 3,500 loans that are affected nationally by the government shutdown. So what's happening is it's just building up, right? So if this keeps going for weeks and months, it could be catastrophic for home sellers that are selling to go buy something else, or even home buyers that are trying to get in.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman's 2026 budget proposal increases spending on police overtime. Newsday's Nassau County reporter Candice Ferretti explains.
Police overtime in Nassau for the 2026 fiscal year is rising by $10 million in Bruce Blakeman's 2026 budget proposal, which the legislature will vote on at the end of the month. That brings the budget for police overtime to $60 million for next year. People leaving the department and unplanned security threats or large-scale events that require a certain number of police officers to keep peace often contributes to the rise in overtime. What happens next is they will likely need to transfer money from other funds, like the general fund that supports other areas of county government, into the police budget, because already in 2025, we're seeing that the police department has exceeded its budget by about $18 million already. So 60 million based on prior years doesn't seem like it's going to be enough.
Is there anything I can help with, or do you want to look around first?
This is what legal marijuana dispensaries tend to look like in 2025. Planet Nug, on the Suffolk County side of Farmingdale, is one of the largest adult-use cannabis dispensaries on the island. Its operations are carefully monitored and taxed by the New York State Office of Cannabis Management.
Everything is highly regulated.
Currently, there are 7 adult-use cannabis dispensaries licensed by the state on Long Island, and all of them are in Suffolk County. Newsday cannabis beat reporter Lee Meyer says more are planned in Suffolk, but not in Nassau. The county and all of its towns, he says, have opted out of allowing dispensaries to open up.
I don't think it's going to change under the current political climate. So for the next few years, I think people are going to have to come out to Suffolk County.
State law requires all cannabis products sold at dispensaries to come from New York growers and processors. Some are even made on Long Island. Dispensary owner David Tubin says that assures quality and safety compared to illegal sellers.
When you walk into Planet Nug or any New York State legal dispensary, you know the packaging is tamper-proof. You know that the product you're getting has been tested rigorously.
Inside dispensaries, the variety of products can be overwhelming. That's where manager Steve Lack says highly trained bud tenders can help.
We call this the bud bar.
Traditional marijuana or flower is divided by strains, strengths, and effects. Lack says smoking flower the traditional way gives the fastest high, but other forms of cannabis can deliver different experiences.
Edibles are one of the biggest markets as far as cannabis categories are concerned.
That means the THC, the psychoactive chemical in cannabis, has been removed from the flower and added to foods like gummies, even granulated sugar for more discreet use.
You say $15 too, if you're ready up front for you.
There are also cannabis vape products, even THC-infused beverages.
It's a super social way to use cannabis.
Chuck Ferris from Lindenhurst says he doesn't mind paying a little more in taxes at a state-regulated dispensary over a shady seller so he can get a trusted product and advice.
It's almost like you're going into like a CVS speaking to a pharmacist.
Of course, cannabis can have its intoxicating effects, similar to that of alcohol. So the experts here recommend always using it in moderation, and of course, never get behind the wheel of a vehicle while under its effects.
You don't want to operate any kind of vehicles while on it in any kind of way, and we stress that to everybody. It's something that you should just use in your home or in a place where you're relaxing.
In Farmingdale, Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
Grab your clubs, we're going greenkeeping. At the Baiting Hollow Club, 175 acres of pristine grass does not take care of itself.
My name is John Semig. I'm the golf course superintendent here at the Baiting Hollow Club. I've been doing this for about 20 years, and favorite part of my job is just being outside in nature and getting positive feedback every day I come out to the golf course. I'm in charge of the maintenance of the whole property, whether it be the greens, tees, fairways, clubhouse areas, anything on the property. I'm responsible for the maintenance and the upkeep.
And that's no small job. We're talking 30 acres of fairways, 4 acres of greens, and 2 acres of trees, all working together to create this 18-hole golf course for hundreds of members.
It's not a normal 9-to-5 job. It's a full investment.
For Simic, every blade of grass matters. That's why he spent time getting his degree in turf management and spent years perfecting and learning from other greenkeepers and golf clubs.
You need to realize that everything is a reflection on you. So every little detail, whether it's a little weed in the fairway or the edge of the cart path, a bad spot on a tee box or a green, it's all a reflection on the superintendent.
And beyond the turf, the job requires a lot more than just knowing grass.
Normally it's people, just dealing with people. I mean, the grass doesn't talk back, but it's just managing expectations of the members, taking care of the crew, making sure everybody's happy, making sure everybody's pulling in the same direction.
And that teamwork keeps the course pristine and cut to precision. So let's see how well he actually knows this course.
So here is a rapid fire quiz to see how well he knows his land. All right, so what is the average length for greens?
Greens, we're mowing at .095 right now.
Average length for fairways?
Fairways, .38.
And my favorite, average length for roughs?
2.5 inches.
I can't fact check them, so.
Simic says at the end of the day, the job slopes towards passion more than paycheck.
It's a labor of love.
And on the course, every detail, every decision adds up to a game well played.
If you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to be successful.
Ken Bufa, Newsday TV. It's a good thing all my balls stay on the fairway. All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. I can only wish they do. So let's see. We have some rain tomorrow, as you know. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we are dry. It's going to be a beautiful day on Friday with temps in the mid-60s. Sunday and Monday, we do have some rain. We'll have some temps in your 70s on Tuesday. We have a bit of a mixed bag for the next 7 days.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
For more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Bufa. More news coming up.